Kelly, it is great to see you, have you in the Fox loft, and think about the future and what you can provide and help, add a little insight to the front office. When Kevin Pritchard talked with you about this position, what were those initial conversations like?
Well, initially it was really, have you ever thought about this? Have you ever thought about working in the NBA, working in the front office? He talked about his vision for his staff and kind of where he wanted to go. We've known each other and we've shared stories. We've talked about different situations that I was going through with our team and kind of what's happening with the Pacers. So I feel like, there was an opportunity to get to know each other. So, yeah, when he talked about, he wants another basketball mind on the staff, somebody to help look at the talent, look at what they're doing, I was thrilled to be presented with this chance.
He said he wants you to help the Pacers continue building a championship culture, a championship team. As you look at the Pacers right now, are there any parallels to, maybe 5-6 years into your time with the Fever and what you see Kevin building with the Pacers?
Well, I said this to him, whenever Victor, the kind of year that Victor had last year, obviously coming into his own and kind of taking on this team as his, and the culture that they have in the locker room, you can just see it. You can feel it from the stands. You can see it on television. There's this camaraderie and a real team vision. And I think that's, a lot of times the most talented teams don't always win. The ones that have the great chemistry do. So that's what happened with us in 2012. And I see some of the pieces that they have.
You see that video and you know what it's like to win a championship. Is that fire still there, that thirst to do it again?
I'm just mad we didn't win 3. I'm like, we were in the finals 3 times. We got to Game 5 in both those other finals. And I'm like, oh, we were right there. I mean, yeah, that's what we're due, right? That's why we're here. And I know all the guys in the locker room, I had a chance to say hello to them. And I was like, hey, I'm competitive. I want to win. I want us to be the best in the East. I want us to have a chance to play for a championship. And I'm going to do whatever I can to help achieve that with Kevin's leadership.
You mentioned Victor yesterday. He had his arm around you walking around the St. Vincent Center. But are there any similarities between Victor and Tamika Catchings?
Well, first of all, when your best player is your hardest worker and has a positive influence on the culture and a positive influence in the locker room, that's everything. That's what you want. And, the work ethic, the skill level, understanding team ahead of self a lot of times. He just brings such a great energy to the team. I'm really looking forward to being a part of this culture.
You hear about players being role models. Do you consider yourself maybe a role model to young women who want to be in a position like this, that you can dream it and anything is possible?
Well, I do know that when young girls can see a female achieve something in maybe a non-traditional role, it really does help that aspirational side. So, hey, I know if I'm the first, that means there's just going to be a second and a third and a fourth and more to come, because we now have this opportunity in basketball and with what's happened in the WNBA and the growth of the game that who knows, it's possible for anyone. So
happy for you and look forward to the future. Assistant General Manager Kelly Krauskopf, enjoy the holiday and then you get to work January 1st.
Thank you. Absolutely. Look forward to it.